This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk.
So happy to have you along here. And maybe this week or this weekend when you order your Uber Eats or your Postmates or whatever, and they deliver to your house, just keep in mind a girl named Selena Allsworth. She's 27 years old. They recently did an article on her because she lives in a little town called Port Allsworth, Alaska, where she has to have her groceries, her basically living supplies, delivered once every 2 months. Can you imagine that?
Once every 2 months?
And she said she doesn't mind it. She says she's always grown up this way. Back her great-grandparents, which you'll love the names, Babe and Mary Allsworth.
Oh, I love it.
They said, you know what, honey, we're going to Alaska. Now, this is back in 1940s. They go, we're going to go into Alaska and we're going to live here. And now the great-granddaughter of this couple still lives there and relies on air deliveries to bring her those convenience that we take advantage of so often. The good news is nowadays you have a cell phone and you can get internet with the satellite, Starlink, and that sort of thing. Those things are nice. But you think about the real essentials, you can't really grow too much as far as produce goes. So you are really dependent on getting those sort of things. So when I was reading the story, I just realized how fortunate we have it. And then also, there are people that are just happy living in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, which boggles my mind, but it works for them.
So she survives off of airdrops of like...
Basically so. You have all food. She can put, it's like a grocery delivery, like an Uber Eats, if you will, but for 2 months supply of it.
Got ya.
I'm sure a lot of canned goods.
Yeah.
She get like a pallet of toilet paper?
And she would have to, yes.
Yeah, I would think so.
You would have to.
Yeah.
Can't
Does
really
she
get
ever go to
Chipotle out there.
Costco? Like drives into town for a Costco run?
Probably no. She's 2 hours away from anybody.
Anybody.
So she really doesn't make that much. In the winter months, there's no way she really could.
She could drive.
She is locked there where you're at. And I would imagine, fuel is also something that would come to keep her going.
It's hard to imagine someone in the 1940s being able to survive out there.
Right?
During that time.
It shows us that anybody can survive anywhere, wherever you're at.
I'm telling you, if you watch 1923, which I've told you to watch, you understand, like, it's crazy to think about the luxuries that we take for granted. I mean, there's a scene of them driving in the snow with no GPS, driving from Chicago to Montana. You're like, how is this happening? Or Wyoming.
And you think of the roads.
Yeah, and they have no, they're basically working off of a drawn map. They have no heat in the car, and of course it's winter and it's snow. It's like, holy cow, like we just take that for granted. We can hop in the car and go anywhere we want, regardless of the weather, and we'll get there pretty much.
There's a YouTube hole you can go down and see everything that will be fixed by a cell phone in 2 minutes. Like Home Alone, fixed in a second. Like there's stuff like that. Every like there's a bunch of movies from like pre-1995 that you're like, that could have been fixed in 5 seconds with a cell phone.
Yes.
No, I said that about Seinfeld. Seinfeld, if they at the end of the run, they had a few episodes where they had a cell phone, but everything could have been fixed in a cell phone. All it is just communication. It tells us what communication is as well. There are certain things I could not live without. I probably can get away from the internet, but I would have to have my pizza delivered to me. But if it's frozen pizza, hopefully it would last 2 months because that would be all I would be eating on. If I had 2 months supply, it'd be gone in a week.
Yeah, I could see that. Harvard University might be one of the most elite universities in the world, but it's going back to basics when it comes to teaching math. This is crazy. The Ivy League school is now teaching remedial math to incoming freshmen who they say lack the basic foundational skills when it comes to adding and subtracting. Harvard points to a number of factors: the pandemic, lackluster teaching and making DEI a priority over basic principles. The new course is called Math MA and meets 5 days a week for 1 entire year. We're talking about an Ivy League school that so many people want to get into. They've got, a multi-billion-dollar endowment, yet they're going back to teaching remedial math.
I think it's hilarious. First off, if the parents are going, all right, Junior, let's see your homework. 2 plus 2, 2 times 4.
I'm paying $100,000 a semester for this?
Right?
Okay.
Does anybody else have a button watch, though, that every once in a while you'd be like...
like for your watch?
Yeah, your watch. You'd be like, that's what it is.
Pretty much you could do that now.
Yeah.
Anything. Yeah. Well, you can just ask her what's 4 times 4.
You just ask whatever your AI...
And I'm certain that's what has led to this as well. If you think about these issues of why we're doing this, but also I think, how you doing there, Matt? Doing all right?
I'm great. Yeah. Hi. Everybody got a long look at me.
They did?
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't mind looking at you.
How you doing?
How's your math?
Our female audience is requesting.
That's why I married an attorney. You can fix it for me.